Okay, here's a quick look at the latest iteration of the iPhone panels. Today I have successfully joined two components of the system, the interface and some of the sensory data coming from the gyroscope from the phone. So let's have a closer look at that. We'll just zoom in here. Let's see, we've got the same architecture that we've had before. Metronome, a place to drop audio files. I'm dropping folders of audio files in here that samples that I've gone and cut and to my liking. Master control here of the overall volume, and this part here is the network that's receiving information that's streaming from an iPhone. So that's what it looks like from the back end. We'll zoom out. If I switch over to the presentation mode, to give you some idea of what the interface currently looks like, just zoom that up so we can see that there. So on the iPhone there will be two panels, this panel here and this panel here. So to make that connection I simply need to instigate my iPhone, save a bookmark that I've got there, connect on the same Wi-Fi network, and you see there that I have a mirror of the panels. So if I go to the second panel here, samples panel, I can see I'm on the samples panel. So from here I can start and control the system. So let's kick off the metronome. So I can control the volume here of the metronome. Okay, I can control the sample that I want. Likewise, I can do the same control from the computer. And so on. I can control the tempo from here by tapping there. Before I do that though, I'll show you some of the samples. Go to the samples page. Now looking at this, it's a bit on the small side, so I'll need to adjust that so we can see that. Go sideways here. There's one sample. And at the moment, you can see the phone, movement of the phone has no impact on the sample. Here's another sample. I can change those. Control their individual volumes. There's a little glitch there I need to work on, which is making the samples play as required. These are all rhythmic samples. Now, there's also need to synchronize with the metronome. Remember, we can always, once we get started, we can turn the metronome down if we need to. Okay? So there's the basic idea. Now let's see if we can control this sample here. To do that, what we need to do is to find our gyroscope application. Make sure that that is attached. Now the way we can check that, I can check that for the time being, is just looking at my patch. I'll zoom in. I've got a little indicator there showing me what's happening there on the screen. So I know that I'm getting data, rotational data, from the phone. Now, if I go back to my presentation mode, switch back into my mirror web. Just need to reconnect for the time being. Now I'm in my samples, start my sample. Now if I rotate the phone, as you can see, what I'll need to do is to fix the rotation lock on the phone so that the screen's not jumping around. And that's the basic system. So from that, a few fixes. I need to fix the master volume output. I need to link the speed of the playback files with the overall master tempo of the track. So that we get synchronization. And I would like to start looking at some more ways in which to control. At the moment I'm just looking at a frequency shift here. I could have any number of built-in effects, and then using the data from the phone I should be able to then control various aspects and also have buttons. Now as you can see at the moment nothing on there because I've set the mirror application to only mirror the presentation mode. Once I'm in presentation mode I can quite easily control the device on and off. There's the latest iteration.